imagination and fantasy. Yeah. There's so much imagination, there's so much fantasy and flair. Imagination and flair. Lack a bit of imagination and fantasy. Imagination and fantasy. Yeah. There's so much imagination, there's so much fantasy and flair. Imagination and flair. Lack a bit of imagination and fantasy.
Yeah. Good evening. Welcome back to another special edition of the Sokkah podcast.
Good evening.
Now, Trent, where are we?
We are in East Perth, Joe. A lovely sunny day. You can see the BHP Billiton building behind us.
BHP, South 32, Rio Tinto.
And we are currently looking at the Optus Stadium, a place where
sadness happens.
Sadness did occur one day last year.
I think every day of the year.
I think about it every day, to be honest.
It was the 1 year anniversary.
Very recently, yeah.
Yeah.
Brought up some bad memories.
It was a horrible game as well.
It was.
The pitch was just too hard.
It just wasn't. There was too many. I could tell there was just AFL people in the stadium. You know, like people that didn't care about Plastics.
Yeah,
you know?
Call them out.
I don't know who they were. Actually, no, I do. To be honest.
If you're a plastic, switch off right now.
If you went to the Glory Game final and didn't go to a Glory Game all year,
plastic.
Just think about it. Think about it hard.
If you went to a Glory Game last year, the grand final only.
Yeah.
Like this video and then switch off.
Like, subscribe, and then stop watching. So
we're talking about Rio Tinto before, weren't we?
We were talking. We did record about for 5 minutes until we cut out.
Sorry, we're talking about BHP.
BHP. Joe, tell me about BHP and your involvement.
2 months ago, bought a few shares in them at $26.72.
Right, and this was the time when I said to invest.
I don't think you said it. I think I was going to invest anyway.
Yeah, but someone asked us on Twitter and I said invest.
Yeah, this was before anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't take your advice.
Sure.
But yeah, I bought at $26.72.
Yep.
Now they're at $34.50.
That's a good little sizable amount. So you're done.
I'm gonna retire. This is
Podcast.
the last episode. Courtesy of BHP.
Cut off the podcast, you reckon?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't need to.
It's not like we're swimming in revenue from the podcast, Joe. I mean, you might be. You might just take all the money.
Talking of revenue, support the Patreon.
Yes.
www.patreon.com/Sokkah podcast.
Yeah, we'll shout out our patrons a bit later.
Yep. All 19 of them. Shout out to Joe K, new one.
Yes.
Big ups.
Yes.
Top shagger.
Now, Joe, so now that you're rich, you have shares in some other company, don't you?
Santos.
Okay.
And they're not making me rich.
They're not making you rich. And we'll discuss them before. We're not sure if they're Australian or not, but
they do have Australian operations, I would think.
Australian operations.
Big ups oil and gas.
Yeah. Big ups oil and gas. Now, Joe, behind the camera, where there's a bridge and there's a water pipe, and it's very loud. So if you ever feel or hear some very loud noises, it's not a submarine.
If you hear something that sounds like a train, it's not a train, it's a water pipe.
It's water running through a pipe.
I'm not sure what it is.
So we're leaving room for cyclists to ride by, and there's a boat coming.
Big up cyclists. They're doing God's work, by the way.
Joe, you bought a coffee at the coffee shop.
I forgot about it.
At the Kinky Lizard.
$4.60 for a long Mac. What's the world turning to?
So, is there milk in a long Mac?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're topped up.
Okay, so it's compare that with, I don't get it, so like
a macchiato is just like a little bit more coffee, I think.
Yeah,
it's like a bit more than a short black. I don't know what coffee is.
I just have a cappuccino.
So I feel like only 12-year-olds and under get cappuccinos. It's basic.
Yeah, but like at home I make...
at home, yeah, sure.
Okay, I have a little coffee machine at home. But like, because I'm so used to that taste at home, like a little coffee machine, I just get cappuccino. It's just standard.
I feel like if men like me's go into like a cafe and be like, oh, a cappuccino, I feel like you're basic.
What do you want me to order? A latte? That's like...
I feel like a cappuccino and a long Mac, they're the same thing. This one just has a better name.
Yeah, but I want the chocolate on top.
Then ask for a long Mac with chocolate.
But that's a cappuccino. But I don't want to be one of those guys ordering a latte.
That's why you get a long Mac.
A male.
Just ask for a long Mac, but then like say, oh, can I have it made like this? And like make it like a latte maybe.
But I don't want a latte. Latte's too much milk. Actually, I don't know how it works.
You just said you wanted a latte.
I think cappuccino... No, I don't want a latte. I think cappuccino is like frothier milk, and a latte is less frothier milk.
Just ask for a long Mac with the frothy milk.
It's a cappuccino. Alright, so I don't buy coffees often out because I think it's a waste of money. When I have a... We're talking about this on the
off camera.
Yeah. What coffee machine do I have at home? We were talking about it before.
Oh, what coffee machine you have? A Sokkah? A Seiko.
Seiko.
Yeah, from Bossman in North Perth.
Yeah, Bossman in North Perth.
Coffee place.
Makes a good coffee. You got to buy the beans, obviously. Buy them from the restore. Silvana beans, yeah.
Big ups.
And yeah. So, Joe, how's your week been?
Not too bad. Back in the office now, doing God's work.
Okay. social interactions.
Oh, I love the social interaction.
Yeah.
Absolutely buzzing.
How long were you working at home for?
8 weeks.
Okay.
But working at home did have its benefits.
Okay, tell us.
I could wake up at 8:20.
Yep.
Start work at 8:30.
Yeah, you used to do like 20 push-ups before you went in that 10-minute
Oh
period.
yeah, like say like, every hour I'd try to do like 20 push-ups. here and
Every
there.
hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can smash out heaps now, but like I'm not. I
Okay,
was
that's
like,
good, that's
I
good.
don't have to.
You weren't posting 25 push-ups a day on Facebook.
I'm not gonna do push-ups just so I can get like likes on Twitter and stuff, you know. Like
I'm glad.
do it in like the privacy of like your own
Exactly.
home. Like I don't want to see your push-ups on like Facebook.
I think it's quite I mean, to be fair, it's a good cause. What that
It's a good cause, but
I
I'm
don't
not
like
posting
it.
me doing push-ups.
I don't like it. I don't
Like-
like it at all.
If I managed at F45,
Yeah.
sure thing.
Sure thing. Yeah, I would promote my business through my 25 push-ups.
Big ups F45 Perth City and the one in Sydney.
So today, Joe, we dropped our Mark Warren
Yeah,
podcast.
Mark Warren, top bloke.
What a legend.
Love him.
Just a genuine great bloke. And my dad has always said he's a good bloke. So
He could be my favourite person ever.
it was a good interview, to be honest, out of all the interviews we've done.
Yeah, like we learned a lot of stuff about
did.
life,
We did learn.
success,
Yeah.
the fall from grace, the
Uh,
comeback,
The comeback.
and dealing with that mentally.
Yeah. So Joe, my week has... So uni's still at home, online.
Yeah.
I think they have opened the library at my uni.
Big ups libraries.
I don't
Awesome
think...
to study there.
I've been
Read
quite
some
productive
books.
at home on my desk. Quite productive. I'm back on the training field. I can train at my club. We are...
So these are at a playing Sunday league level, right?
no, State League, Joe, which plays on a Saturday.
I feel like if you're playing on Saturday and it's not NPL, it's essentially Sunday league.
Okay, but so what happens if my team gets promoted and I'm in the NPL?
Well, then you play Saturday.
But we play... yeah, but before...
But it's State League, Sunday League.
State League is Saturday.
I'm probably offending all of our listeners right
State
now.
League plays on a
But
Saturday.
if you play on a Saturday and it's not NPL, it's Sunday League.
I'm-
Even though you play on a Saturday.
I'm offended. So, we're doing fitness, passing. We can't tackle. We
See, it
can't-
sounds like pre-season.
It is, yeah, it's genuine.
So you're doing two pre-seasons in a row.
Yeah, so I haven't... Because I've been injured for 2 years. I've literally not trained fully. I've only done pre-season. Two pre-seasons.
Because like you're like very motivated to get back playing again.
Yeah, I am.
If that was me, I'd be like, you know what? One pre-season is enough for 1 year. Screw it.
So the goalkeeper can pick up the ball. We can pass the ball. We can't... We are encouraged not to pick up the ball.
So you score a goal and like you can't high-five your teammates or anything.
No.
Not that you would score goals anyway.
No. Joe, you're just offending me.
No, you're dangerous around the box.
I am quite dangerous.
You're like a Frank Lampard type player with those making those late runs.
You could say that, Joe. You could say that. And so I've started coaching again, thank God. Back on the coaching track, but socially distanced sessions as well. But the PSA, which I do coach.
Big ups to PSA.
20th of June is the return date.
Big ups.
So the first game is going to be on the Saturday the 20th.
Even
And
the Waffles coming back, the Western Australian
is
AFL.
that in August?
Could be.
I think that's
I
what
saw a
August.
post. Well,
Yeah.
It was in the Discord chat.
It's a month and a bit away, but State League is, or like WA
Yeah.
Football is set to return back.
Now,
20th
we haven't
June as
talked
well.
about our sponsors yet.
We haven't, Joe. You're wearing a nice Bayern Munich top.
Yeah, big ups Bayern Munich. Big ups Munich.
Big ups.
Bavaria. Beers.
Yeah.
Later.
Sausages.
What are they called? Those German
Sauerkraut. Oh, the
No, that's the
dresses.
food.
Yeah, I
But,
don't know what the dresses are called.
Lederhausens, something like that.
I've never been to Germany.
Big ups traditional German attire.
Okay. Have you got?
And this kit.
Yeah, it's very nice, Joe. Do you reckon Marcus Babbel wore that?
Probably.
Okay.
He probably threw it out so he could buy like Stone Island.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But you're wearing a nice Galacticos era Madrid shirt.
Galacticos, David Beckham. What a team! What a haircut. Zidane. We're talking about. I thought it was.
We'll say what a team, but that team never won a Champions League.
Yeah, they didn't.
Yeah.
That's a crime, really.
It is a crime. Or would you go that far to say Galacticos not winning a Champions League is a crime?
It's close. I'd be close to finding them. I'd be close, Joe.
Fine. I'd find if I was Florentino Perez, I'd find that team. I'd be
So-
like, you're not getting paid $500K a week because you didn't win the UCL, which is fair enough.
Vintage Soccer Shirts Australia, our official sponsor. 10% off at the checkout. SOKKAH.
Yeah, promo
If you
code
would
Sokkah.
like-
Use it.
If you would like a discount. And Joe,
Who doesn't love discounts?
I actually do need to live stream an event in the future. I
you
won't
actually?
disclose what event it will be, but I'll contact our official sponsor, Streamgate Live Streaming Australia.
Big ups, Dennis.
Check them out. Big ups, Dennis. Lots of different features there. Their studio's 5 minutes away from Sydney. If you need a live stream an event, they're your men. And that's about it, Joe. Now,
Big
Joe,
ups,
you
our
asked me
sponsors.
a very interesting question
Okay.
when we we were recording before about what I would do in a certain situation. Tell me.
So Trent's a coach. Say you're winning 1-0 in the grand final.
Yep.
2 minutes to go. For some reason, your defence has gone missing.
Yep.
They've been Thanos snapped away.
Yep.
The referee's played on, even though the players have been Thanos snapped
Yeah,
away.
they've been Thanos snapped.
And there's a counter-attack from the opposition,
Yep.
who are losing
Yep.
to you.
Yep.
Defence is nowhere.
No.
Do you run onto the pitch and slide tackle an opposition player to stop the counter-attack as a coach?
So, this is a very interesting question. In theory, I would. Right? I would. Because nothing's more important than the 3 points, Joe.
But in theory, communism works.
Yeah, so the theory part of it is, or the practical part of it is, I'd probably lose all my integrity as a coach, would never be hired anywhere ever again. And I think in the coaching organisation I coach at, the PSA, they would probably take the 3 points away from my team for my actions. It's private
But
public.
I don't think they'd take away 3 points. They'd fine you.
I reckon I would never
They'd
be able to
ban you
coach.
for life, possibly.
They'd ban me. The PSA would ban me from coaching there ever again.
But is
I'd
3
be banned
points
for-
more important than coaching?
But I wouldn't even be able to lift the trophy with my team. They'd ban me from everything. Like, that's like...
Yeah, but you could say, I won that because I stopped a counter-attack as a coach.
And I'd have to move to move somewhere completely different.
Maybe
in
to
the world.
Malaysia. You can coach there.
Yeah,
You can coach
Kenya.
Cammy Edwards.
I can coach. I'd have to pack up and move to coach somewhere, but I don't know if it's worth it, Joe. I don't know if it's worth it.
I'd do it.
Okay.
So imagine a coach just sliding onto the pitch, stopping a
can see you
counter-attack.
doing it.
He
Joe-
cops a red card. Scenes.
Do you think I should whip out a suit this year for when I coach?
I reckon a nice tracksuit, like a nice champion one, like
Yeah.
this one.
Okay. I've got a serious tracksuit
Unless
game
it's
going.
a cup final.
Yeah, so I'm thinking big game.
Cup final, grand final, wear the suit.
Okay.
If it's just like the Sunday league game that you're playing on Saturday.
I need a coach or play on in a Sunday league. So Joe, there are rumours that I might have I might be the interim of a very important team. So I feel like I could wear a suit. I could.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Um,
Now, Joe,
we had a good topic during the week about referees.
Yeah, you raised a very...
I triggered referee Twitter.
You triggered them. Tell it.
I said, ethical debate, like hypothetical, but should referees take performance-enhancing drugs?
Now, let's get the facts out. So, performance enhancing, not recreational.
Not recreational, not methamphetamine, not ice, not weed.
Okay.
Like, what are the kids smoking these days? None of that.
Don't ask me, Joe. So, performance enhancing, I'm not really familiar with.
Whatever the Russians use.
Okay, whatever.
Like what they're using in the World Cups, Olympics, all those.
Yes. Okay.
But say that option is open for A-League refs.
Yeah.
Do they say all the refs can take performance-enhancing drugs if
Yep.
it makes them better referees?
I
Now,
mean,
that could be better vision, better paying attention.
Yep.
I don't know. But, like, you can take, like, physical ones as well, so you can, like, sprint for 90 minutes.
right.
But should referees be able to take these drugs?
Great question, Joe. Great question. I've vented my opinions on the standard of refereeing in Australia. It's very poor. Very, very poor. Now, if we can help our referees out in any way, shape or form, I think we do it.
Because I feel like with athletes taking performance-enhancing drugs, they shouldn't.
No.
Like, I'll say that as a cyclist runs past, or
So-
cycles past.
But the thing is, our referees are athletes.
But they're not competing with other teams. They're just
No.
competing within other referees.
True,
But if
true.
all the referees are taking performance-enhancing drugs, then I think it's fair game.
Do you think Jean-Pierre Luigi?
Pierluigi Collina.
Okay, there's no Jean. Okay, Pierluigi Collina. I feel like he was very switched on. Now, I'm not saying anything.
His eyes were a bit,
Very bold.
Who knows?
Very bold.
Maybe that was a side effect. Who knows?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just putting it out there. He was a very good referee. Now, should they take them, Joe? I think the integrity of the A-League would be called into
What's
question.
integrity, though?
No, actually,
It'll
this is
increase
hilarious,
the
'cause-
standard of refereeing.
You know, I can't stand the AFL have like an integrity unit. It is the biggest load of like wank
who cares?
ever.
Even like the NRL, like they have a scandal every week.
Yeah, and like that. If you listen to like Channel 7, it's like, oh, the integrity unit's been called in because like Nick Naitanui got a haircut. You know, you got to sort that out.
I wouldn't go that far, but I get your point.
AFL, get a grip. The integrity of the A-League would be called into question.
But like, imagine like a linesman taking like Ritalin, for example. That's like an ADHD like type
Okay,
drug,
so
where
just
like,
be like-
where like you just like focus.
Yeah.
That would never get an offside call wrong ever again.
Not wrong,
And
Joe.
then with that, because our linesmen are theoretically on Ritalin and like have like
Yes.
they can pay attention for like
VAR.
90 minutes.
No VAR.
We don't need VAR.
Joe, it's a very good point. So
It's the lesser of two evils.
So what have the referees responded to you? Have they? What are they?
The fans liked it.
The fans liked it.
But the referees on Twitter, they didn't like
Did
it.
the referees know on Twitter that you were a referee before?
No.
Okay. That might add a bit of context
Yeah.
to the situation.
But yeah, I think referees should take performance-enhancing drugs.
Okay.
But should players? Probably not.
Probably not.
See, if it's... Let's go into teams taking performance-enhancing drugs.
Okay. Actually, I've got an interesting...
I feel like it's unfair if one team takes them.
Yeah.
But if all the teams take them, I think do it. No, because like think about it, it would be super football.
It would.
Imagine Pep Guardiola's prime years at Barcelona coaching, like Messi and everyone. Imagine them on performance-enhancing drugs. That's full-on tiki-taka for 90 minutes.
You're not wrong, Joe.
It'd be super football.
These opinions you're raising are not wrong. Now, one opinion I have, when I've got in the past, when I had like flu-like symptoms. This is before coronavirus. Flu-like symptoms before a game, like on a Friday, I got a game on Saturday. I would take 2 Panadol in the morning of the game, and usually I'd play better than usual.
It's a placebo effect.
So, is Panadol performance-enhancing, Joe? Is
No.
that okay?
It's like me, like I have asthma. It's like asthma before, like I used to play.
Okay.
Either like a puffer.
Okay. Fair enough. Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I reckon I would like to see a Pep Guardiola enhanced team.
A super football team.
Super football team. The A-League should introduce it, I think. When you get more eyes in the game.
Yeah, fair enough. I also raised another point this week on the Twitter account. Which teams, like historically, would be like a spectacle to watch if they took performance-enhancing drugs? And I suggested the 1970s Gengen pressing Netherlands team.
Gengen pressing? What is Gengen pressing?
It's like when the whole team presses the same team. Watch it. It's so cool.
That is interesting.
Like 11 players just like swarm one player.
The early stages, the early years of football, there were some very interesting tactics
I think
going on.
in your coaching team, you should implement the Gengen press.
Gengen. You know, actually, because I've heard of...
How your coach and not know about Gengen pressing?
Is it Jagen pressing?
It's G-E-G-E-N pressing. Gengen.
Oh, I think because I've heard of a term Jagen pressing. It might be similar.
Is that associated with like Jaeger bombers?
No. I've watched a few videos on Jagen pressing, which is, I believe, Dutch orientated.
Could be.
So it might be the evolution of Gengen pressing.
Yeah,
Could be the same term, to be honest. Could be the same term.
Like imagine like Gengen pressing teams on performance-enhancing drugs. They could press for 90 minutes, sprinting full pelt.
I think we should make a leave normal football alone. Make a new like
super football league.
Super football league. Yeah. So you can leave normal football, leave the Premier League, leave the A League. We need Super Football League. Just
I like this idea.
Everyone on.
I like this idea a lot.
Performance enhancers. Could
it's a
gain
separate league that can be like the Super Football World Cup.
Yeah. 30-minute game, 30 minutes.
And it's just all these athletes jacked up.
I reckon, you know, like at the that World Cup, the mini World Cup in Perth.
Yeah, just
the one that Mark McGowan played in. So that's a perfect platform for it.
I think do it.
7v7.
Do it. This is such a good opportunity.
Great opportunity. But
like talking about performance-enhancing drugs, Donald Trump is taking hydroxychloride.
He is, and now there's a clinical trial now with some nurses taking it.
Yeah.
Are we delving into the
I think we get
depths
political.
of? Okay, we're getting political.
Let's talk about 5G.
So the thing is with Donald Trump is people are too quick to just scream at him. Just listen to him.
He is an idiot though.
He's an idiot, but like I just think listen to him. Like I don't people don't even before he speaks, people are already shouting. That's my opinion. Just like listen to him.
But I think he's hilarious.
I think he's hilarious. Like
I think he's lost. Like he was like, I'm president now. You know what?
Yeah,
I'll just roll with it.
Yeah.
He just rolls with all the punches.
I agree. I mean, if you're getting, I don't like people getting too caught up in the, or just being overreacting to everything he says.
You know who has been caught up in this world?
What?
Ned Zellich.
Ned Zellich.
He has taken the red or blue pill.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like deep into the Matrix.
I've got someone has told me we should get Lucy Zellich on the podcast. Would she be an interesting interview?
What do we talk to her about?
I don't know. She's very passionate though.
Because like we have like footballers on, we don't even talk about football.
Yeah. So
we talk about life.
So we
Adelaide.
can talk. I reckon she'd have some like good things to say
about Adelaide, or
yeah. We can get a bit more out
Possibly.
of it. Get a bit more out of it about that topic.
yeah. But yeah, that's Donald Trump. What else can we talk about? There's no football. Bundesliga's back.
And Bundesliga's back. Does anyone care?
No, I'll watch it.
Haaland? That's his name? Haaland?
Erling Haaland.
Yeah, he's still scoring.
He's boss.
I like after the game, he's like...
definitely on performance enhancers, surely.
After the game, he's like, I train hard. I expect to score goals. Yeah. He's a Terminator.
How is man 19 years old and like the best player on earth?
Very interesting. He's killing it at the moment.
No, he was built in a lab.
K-League's returned. Our mate, Brandon O'Neill. Actually, no, he's not our mate. He's my mate.
He's your mate.
We can talk about this, Joe.
Should we talk about it now?
Oh, can we talk about the K-League first?
Yep.
A little bit. I have much to say. But I only watched one game. I think it was it might have been the first game back, and Lee Dong-gook scored, and he's like 42.
Age is just a number.
And he looks like 20. These South Koreans. See, South Koreans.
Maybe are they on the drugs as well?
Well, no, that's the thing. It's like I think it's quite a well-known like South Koreans, maybe Chinese people.
They age very well.
They age very well. Yeah.
Is it the diet?
So I think they reach a certain age where they just look so old, but before then they're just like eternally young. Maybe not eternally young. But yeah. So I want to know what Lee Dong-gook eats. I want to know his diet. He'd be a good interview.
Does he speak English?
I don't think so.
We can learn Korean.
We can. But the South Korean League, they had did you see they had sex dolls as the crowd?
I don't know how this was a big deal. Like, man just put dolls in the stadium.
I tell you why it's a big deal. It's because there's nothing to talk about.
Who's the reporter that goes, you know what? That's a sex doll. How do you know that?
Yeah, how do you know where it came from?
Exactly.
I just think there's nothing to talk about, and it's a funny story.
Yeah.
Big ups to South Koreans. Big ups to K-League.
Big ups North... No, don't big up North Korea, nah.
No. Is there a North Korean league? I don't think there is.
Yeah, Kim Jong-un's been top scorer for the last 100 years.
They don't cover it. There's no press. So, Joe.
All right, we're back.
We're back. So, Joe, do you want to talk? So I'm on another podcast, for those who are wondering. Football Centre podcast. Right. Now, there's a bit of a conflict of interest. Now, Joe wants to get on the guests that I've
interviewed on that podcast.
So, on this other podcast, there's been Trent Sainsbury.
Yep.
What's his name? The other one?
Brandon O'Neill.
Brandon O'Neill. I don't really want to interview
Scott Neville. He was a great bloke.
He seems like a good guy.
Did you listen to that podcast, Joe?
No. I'll give it the YouTube view, just because I'm a nice guy, but I don't even listen to ours.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to this one. This one's good. I
don't listen to ours. I only listen to Peter Crouch's.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, no, we have talked about this before. So, Joe, do you think getting a guest from that podcast on our podcast is no issue?
I think we'll ask Dean for permission, or maybe I'll just reach out.
I think you should, because with me, it's a conflict of interest.
Or maybe
I don't know what that conflict is, but there's a conflict of interest.
Or maybe I just interview him one-on-one.
Yeah, I think eliminate me completely. I don't want to interview the same person twice on two podcasts. That's just odd.
How can we do it?
All right.
Why not?
Yeah, Scott Neville's a good bloke. When I was interviewing Scott, I was like, the last question I asked him, I was like, surely you didn't think you could score that good of a goal in the grand final? And he's like, oh, don't give me any credit at all. To be fair, Screw Dave, you're listening.
This is not a bad coffee.
Not a bad coffee.
It'll be a lukewarm now, but would I pay $4.60 for it? I feel like that's the average price for a coffee now.
It is. It's the world we live in, unfortunately.
Because East Perth is quite gentrified, I'd say.
What does that term mean?
Means that rich people move into a new area and they develop it culturally. There's cafes open up.
Did you learn that in the Marcus Aurelius book?
Not in that, just in general pop culture.
General pop culture. I like it, Joe.
So yeah, big ups gentrification.
Now, Joe, you were telling me about the community football league, and you think it should just be scrapped for the rest of the year and not return.
There's too many rules. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you can kick a ball. I don't know if you can touch a ball. What's happening? Can a goalkeeper make a save, or is
I can. You said in the Discord that you were just gonna rattle off things, and I was just gonna correct you. On what the rules are. But so I know New South Wales, I think, are going to be the last state to return to football because they're
they'll be lucky if they even return at this point. Gladys Berejiklian. How does man let a bloody cruise ship into a thing? Imagine a cruise ship here just comes along let them all come in. We're not going to vet them at all. Come on, Gladys.
So my thing is, I believe if Football West in WA, if they don't host a season with registration fees, they will probably go bankrupt.
I can just fold. Just postpone the season, hibernate.
Yeah, fold, and then there's no season next year.
Yeah, there is.
If they fold,
because if you close now, just hibernate.
But fold is not closed.
Okay, sorry, forget I said that. They'll just
Okay.
like hibernate.
Okay, hibernate. Don't pay anyone.
Yeah.
Lay everyone off.
Don't just put them on job seeker.
Okay. Alright, yeah, fair enough.
Just because if you're not open,
Hmm.
you don't have any expenses. Don't pay rent. Don't pay your electricity bills. Just tell your providers. You know what? Can't.
Okay. Now, interestingly, I have, because I just completed my C license end of last year, and I have a year to submit my, or maybe is it 2 years? I think it's 2 years to submit my video, because like the video is like the final thing you need to get the license.
It's like I don't get why.
I
there's
wonder
all
that's
these
going to be. You don't get why there's licenses.
I reckon, like, I'm very, like, free market, no restrictions. I think if you're a good coach,
Yeah.
go on the NPL, climb the ladder, get...
But how do you
hired by-
become a good coach?
By experience.
Okay, I agree with you, but these licenses are more like a course. So it's
Yeah.
like going to uni to learn something. So I understand, like, for example, you're a tax person, Joe.
Yeah.
You could have learnt that all through, like, your own experiences, online shit.
I
not
think
going to
I've
uni.
learned way more, like, working than anything at uni.
Yeah, I agree. But so, like, the certificate, the courses are like the checkbook, cross off. I've done the course. I've learnt from the textbook.
But, like, hypothetically, Pep Guardiola could
Yeah.
coach NPL without any licenses. Like,
Of course.
like, imagine an A-League team seeing Pep Guardiola in coaching NPL. Like, oh, no, you don't have your badges. We're not going to sign you.
The only thing the badges are for, it just proves on a surface level that you're somewhat dedicated.
But I
to
can get a license.
You can, but you wouldn't be a very good coach.
It's just if you have the money.
It's true. It's true, but it proves on a surface level you're somewhat dedicated.
If you're a good coach, you'll be able to see it in your track record,
It's true.
your win-loss ratio
I agree with you, Joe.
on merit alone, not because you have a license.
I agree with you. You know, I probably have learnt like 2 things from that course, and they were slightly important, but like slightly unimportant. as well.
Because in your course, like you're supposed to like coach the FFA way.
Yes,
But what if that way's rubbish?
it's true. So the whole point of that, the structure of that course, I've done the C license. When you get to the A license, you get to develop your own philosophy. So the C is you learn the FFA philosophy, and which I understand because you need to learn like a base foundation philosophy before you can build your own.
Yeah, but don't enforce
Like,
your
I'm not-
ideology on every coach.
Yeah.
Because if it's rubbish, then you've cooked all these coaches for the next 20 years.
Joe, I agree. But I have not like I don't play 4-3-3 for the teams. I don't think I've ever done it.
On Football Manager, I play a 4-2-3-1 with
Yeah.
a trequartista.
Trequartista. What a role.
It is sometimes
The
a
number
shadow
10
striker.
for. And then there's a Met Sala, which is a number 8, I think.
Sometimes I play with them. I
Yeah.
assigned this guy for my pro virtually team. Now in Serie A. We might get relegated first season.
It's not good.
But who did I sign that you might know? I signed Mandzukic for 1 year in Serie B.
Serie B.
He was my top striker, so like 10 goals.
Not bad.
Yeah, he wanted like 5k a week, which is, yeah, like for Mandzukic, I'll take it. You get a good work ethic as well.
It's true. It's true. I really should have bought a bottle of water, but that's
Should have
alright.
got a coffee.
I
You
made
want
one.
some?
I made
No,
one. I made one at home.
germs.
Germs, yeah. No, Joe, I do agree with you on the coaching front because I've learnt 10 times more through experience than
Yeah.
my course.
Because I think in general, like I'm very no restrictions. Like it should be a free market kind of thing. If you're good, you're good. You show that in your results.
Yeah.
Not
But the
'cause-
thing is, people won't be able to even get positions because they don't have the certificates, which is annoying. So they can't even prove like,
yeah, you have a point there.
you know what I mean? So like, it's all good saying like, yeah, I did really well with this team, but like the guy will be like, oh, I don't really care, you know. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
What else can we talk about? Oh,
Um,
we broke the news that Big Greg Woothrick here left.
This is a great story. So we posted on Twitter. I posted on. I don't usually post on the Twitter, and I said on the Sokkah Twitter account, official insider source has it that Greg Ruthwick has left Perth, left the state of Perth, back in Switzerland after living with a Perth Glory teammate who we won't disclose.
Oh, it was on Instagram. It was James Meredith. That's for everyone to see.
Okay, so we're not going to disclose the insider source, but it was a genuine source, and I think they're just. See, the thing is, they're not a football person.
Yeah.
So
Neither are we.
neither are we. So I believe the truth is somewhere in the middle of that.
Yeah, because
I'm not certain on Greg Ruthwick's future though.
your source just got the days wrong of when he flew back to
Yeah,
Switzerland.
pretty much.
What
So
do you reckon he's doing now?
I reckon.
He's raving.
What time is it in Switzerland at the moment?
They're like probably 7 or 8 hours behind. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
He's raving.
He's
Yeah,
raving.
raving.
He's raving. Definitely raving. Big Greg, it's sad to see you go, even though it's not officially announced from the club. But
I think Seiji. Someone came out and said like, yeah, like he might come back when the season starts again.
oh, interesting. Yeah, so I think it's kind of like that situation. It's a bit of a weird situation. Now, Joe, can we get Tony Sage on the pod?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in talks. He wants to come on, but then
Good.
like Corona came and we had to postpone, so that's in the works.
Did he get jealous because Brendan Sandler came on the
Apparently
podcast?
he did.
So I may have been at a dinner with Brendan Sandler and Tony Sage. I may. That's just a rumour. Maybe why we got Brendan on the pod. What a bloke though.
He was a nice guy.
He was great. I was ashamed his camera didn't work.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was happening there.
Yeah.
That's life sometimes. Sometimes you just need to roll with the punches.
It's nice recording in person. It's so much easier because there's no lag, so like we don't interrupt each other.
It is a lot harder to edit the video.
In person. No.
Like apart from Zoom, I just like drag into YouTube.
Oh,
I need to like get the audio to like match
That
our
is
mouths, and it's a pain in the
That
ass.
is true, Joe. That's why you're the tech person.
Yeah. I let you do everything. No, but like we are doing clips.
We are doing snippets, so like we're gonna post little snippets on like Graham. So the one I'm thinking of is the sock segment, and then the one where the cockroach came in with Ethan Brooks because that was hilarious.
Big ups cockroaches.
I
No, don't
found
big
them.
ups
I've snipped them. I just need to post it instead. So that's good.
You know who I want to get on the podcast?
Who?
Santan Dave. He's like a rapper from the UK.
It's a good name. Santan.
Santan. Big ups, Dave. Massive fan of psychodrama.
Oh, right, interesting. Yeah, we've got a few more. I think I've exhausted my Perth contacts. But we can definitely get Reese on.
I just message people on Instagram and be like, hey, come on the pod.
Yeah, but we want to do that. That is literally how we get, I guess. But no, like I want to in terms of in-person podcasts.
See, we can ask Jason Davidson, but like I admire him too much.
You would
like, I
probably
respect
cry
him.
if you interviewed him.
I wouldn't cry. I'd be like, I'm wasting your time by you coming on our pod. Even with Daniel Garb, like I love Garby.
Big fan of the show.
Big ups his show. We'll do a quick ad for it.
Okay.
Daniel Garb, amazing person. Watch his new podcast, Greats with Garby, or
Yep.
Garby with Greats. I can't remember the name.
You know, I've interviewed Daniel Garb.
You asked him one question. That's not an interview. There goes my phone.
Do you reckon it cracked?
Nah, it's already fucked anyway.
Okay, it's already cracked. I interviewed Daniel Garb when I interviewed Tim Cahill.
Yeah,
Wasn't much
much
of an
question. That's
interview.
not an interview, mate.
Wasn't much of an interview. So we're going to snippet this out and send it to Garby's. Hopefully,
Yeah, listen to Greats with Garby or Garby with Greats. Friend of the show. I just love Garby.
Yeah, no, he's a good bloke. So is he going freelance now?
Maybe.
There's a lot of commotion going on in the docks. There's some
what's
canoers, some boats.
How much do canoes cost?
The kayaks. You know they're really expensive. I bought a kayak like a long time ago. 1,500, Joe. Two-person kayak.
That's a joke.
Way too, and we used it like 5 times.
It's plastic.
Yeah, it's plastic.
I can laser cut one. No, that's a joke, Ting.
Joe, I've lost my train of thought. Did you want to read out the patrons?
Oh, yeah, that's why I got on my phone. Can you?
I'll just put it
Yeah, you can. There's a little bit left. I don't know. So the Patreons. Can I see it on my phone? How do I do it?
Relationship
We got a
manager.
new one, but the phone's different, man.
No.
The Sokkah
I got
pod.
it up just before.
19 about. Anyway, do it at about the Patreon. I'll try find
Please
who the
support
Patreons
the
are.
podcast through the Patreon. You get chucked in our Discord where we talk about lots of things. People have been posting photos of their dinner, which is great to compare people how good they can cook. Some general thoughts on life. Joe was talking about being back in the office. A bit of a K-League discussion. It's a very interesting little chat room, a little community we've created. So at the moment, this boat may crash into this kayak. Okay, everyone's safe.
Does your dad still have his boat?
He does. He's out on the boat today. He's out on the boat today.
Remember, like, I was talking to him, like, in Tony Barlow's one day,
Yeah.
and, like, somebody crashed into it and, like, fucked up his motor.
That has occurred. That has happened. He's on the boat today fishing, funnily enough.
He was not happy about that. I'm nearly...
You're nearly
getting
there,
it, mate. I had to go onto my internet thing and...
I
log in.
tend to get boat sick, which is annoying. Like, I take the Quells, the seasickness tablets, but
That's what you want.
sometimes they don't help, unfortunately. But yeah, we do have a little fishing center console boat that does get used from time to time.
I can't get the Patreons up. Let's just try to remember them.
I literally have it on my phone.
So there's Ben Krizik, Ben Robson. Who else is there? There's Craig Richards. Big ups.
I literally got it.
Yep.
Andrea, Andy Tin, Ben Krizik, Ben Robson, Craig Richards, David Clark, Dennis Fernandez, Fraser Marnham, Glenn Olivero, Harry Russell, Jacob Colangelo, Joe Kay, John Morris, Jordan Smith, Jordan Waters, Luke Kelly, and Taylor Morris. Thank you so much for being our patrons.
Yep. What else can we talk about?
Yeah, we've gone for... Oh, my watch started recording. We've done a nice little chat.
Yeah, it's lovely. I might grab a croissant.
Grab a croissant. I've got training later today, so I
might grab a brunch.
Oh, look at...
Something light.
I do like the shot we're going for. I'm gonna watch this back, Joe.
I probably won't. I'll just edit it.
Joe, any ending thoughts?
I hope Santos shares go up a bit next week.
Yeah, ideally.
Yeah.
Ideally.
Who else did I buy shares in? There was Santos, BHP, Qantas as well.
Oh, can I talk about my exams? So I've got exams in I've got 2 more teaching weeks, study week, and exams. They've changed one of my exams. It's so stupid. It used to it was scheduled for a normal in class examination. I've got a 48-hour period to complete a 4-hour task. So no, I've got a 48-hour period to complete a set of questions, 50 questions that will take me 4 hours.
I reckon they just write off this whole year.
Like
in life.
And that's just it's open book.
I think 31st December, New Year's Eve this year, I reckon we just reset. So next year is 2020 again.
Good idea, Joe.
We'll just write off this year.
Right after the year, keep our
It's a
podcast
bad
up
debt.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
But write it off. I agree. I feel sorry for people who are turning 21 in this period. Horrendous. When's your birthday, Joe?
July.
I remember last year you turned 21.
Yeah, getting old.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
that's about it.
if you got this far in the pod,
Thank you.
good job.
You've done well.
Yeah, big ups.
And that's about it, Joe.
it's a bit like, comment, subscribe.
Yep. Please share.
Or don't. We'll still respect you if you don't. I'm not too fast. We just do this because it's fun.
Leave us your thoughts.
We're not
Alright.
in it for the money. Trent is.
But Joe does take all the Patreon. So.
And I reinvested it into the pod.
Yeah, we're going to buy little mics to put on our...
We're thinking about it. They're expensive, man.
Yeah.
And our camera doesn't have the capabilities.
Capabilities, yeah.
Optus Stadium, big ups. East Perth Precinct, very nice. How much are apartments going for you?
I reckon it's well over... I reckon 2+.
Like a 2-bedroom apartment. I reckon 600 to 700.
No, I reckon like a small one's like 1+, just because it's on the water. The water factor,
Right.
Joe.
Maybe a bit further inland, like 5 to 6.
100.
Yeah.
I reckon these are definitely...
These apartments.
1 million plus. And maybe we should start a new podcast, a real estate podcast.
Well, ask Michael Turner.
Oh, we'll send this segment to him.
I'll call him now. No, another phone will
Yeah,
fuck him up.
Okay, that's good. We've done well.
Yep. Anyway, guys.
Ciao.
Thanks.